Good morning. Welcome to a new episode of Mr. Roy Mix.
Makes.
Today we are making a wonderful dessert called a fake millefeuille.
Come on everybody, get ready for the 80s fake millefeuille dance. Cause after eating this wonderful dessert, you're gonna need to move. Come on, let's do this.
Fake millefeuille is not a real millefeuille. It's not as flaky but surely as tasty.
Fake millefeuille is so delicious and so flavorous, it's even scandalous.
This nice dessert is easy to make and it doesn't even require to bake. If you like sweet things you will be served, but if the kids eat it they might get on your nerves.
Enjoy the millefeuille, but don't forget the moves.
Here is the list of the ingredients for today's recipe. Notice that there is no pie, dough or puff pastry, which is why we call this a fake millefeuille. The first thing we need is Graham cookies. Then you need 2 packs of cold pudding. Not the one you need to cook, just the one you leave in the cold and it thickens by itself. About 1 cup of whipping cream. About 2 cups of icing sugar that we're going to dilute with some milk. And about half a cup of chocolate chips. Our millefeuille today is actually a 7-feuille because we're going to do 7 layers. First one is cookies, followed by pudding, cookies again, whipping cream, cookies again, icing, and then chocolate. First step would be to prepare the pudding in advance because it needs to be thick enough that it will not turn the cookies into limp biscuit. While the pudding is thickening, we have made the whipped cream, which means we put 1 cup of cream inside a bowl and we whipped it until it was becoming a little more frothy. Then we added about 3 teaspoons of sugar and kept on whipping until it became firm. It makes lots of lines, and when you poke it, it starts to make spikes. Be careful because if you do it too long, it will become butter. In the meantime, we set this in the fridge, and now we need to line the bottom of our pan with Graham cookies. 5. The pudding is nice and thick, so now it's time to ladle it onto the cookies. You don't want to go too thick, because you still need space in the pan for whipped cream. Whipped cream and a layer of frosting. A little bit more everywhere. There you go. A good technique is to put some balls everywhere and then spread it. What I was doing right before was not optimal, far from it, and I was told. And it's the same thing when you make a shepherd's pie, or in French, le pâté chinois. That's it. See that we're left with a fair quantity of pudding that we're gonna eat for dessert because this is for friends. We've done the second layer of cookies off camera. You know all about that. So now it's time for whipped cream. Same drill, put some everywhere. Balls everywhere. See, here we might have been a little too conservative on the quantity of whipped cream we have. Gonna have to spread it real fine. So I guess it would be safe to say that 1.5 cup would have been just sufficient. Try to reach the edge, but don't mix it too much with the pudding, because as the pan goes up, it tapers outside, so you have more space for the cookies. No waste. Oh yeah. We have prepared the icing off camera. You need about 2 cups of icing sugar and a variable amount of milk. We settled for 4 to 5 tablespoons, and you need to make sure you add each tablespoon individually and separately and see what happens, because it's easy to make it too thin, too liquid. Now we need to prepare the chocolate. We just set it in a bowl here. We're going to put that in the microwave for 30 seconds until it becomes melted and hot, and we're just going to drizzle that over the top.
30 seconds later.
30 seconds, huh? Make it 30 more. That's 15 total. Still some solid bits. 15 more should do the trick. Not 50, eh? 15. Oh yeah, that's about ready. And look, it took us like 65 seconds in total, but don't put it on 65 seconds and leave it there. It's gonna burn. You need to do 30 seconds, see what happens. 30 more seconds, see what happens. Okay? And don't forget to mix it every time you take it out. It is time for our 2 last layers. So in goes the icing. I want to let it drip over the cookies as much as I can. And then I may have to help it spread everywhere. This is gonna be quite thin because it's very, very sweet. So now I'm trying to get between the lines that I made as much as I can and over to the edge. There's a chance that we see the cookies underneath that layer, and it's totally normal because it's very, very, very sweet. You don't want too much. Here we have the icing all completed. Now it's time for the chocolate. I'm gonna try to make as thin lines as possible. I'm gonna go like this, and then I have some decoration to do. So, might not be the ideal thing to make thin lines, but I'll do my best. And you know what? If the lines are thick, who cares? That's just more chocolate. Okay. Who would have thought making desserts was so mentally challenging? Whew! Look at my face. You know, when you're doing something for someone else, you always want it to be beautiful and you want things to go right. I find it really hard to make desserts and sweet stuff. I'm more of a meat person. So now I'm gonna do another circuit with my little...
It does look like millefeuille decoration. You look at that.
What do you think?
It looks nice.
Cool. So all that's left to do is put this in the fridge for a little while, have it settle, have it thicken a little bit, and then we can deliver it to our friends. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It will be the last one we're gonna do for a while. I don't know if you noticed that behind me there's a lot of lots of boxes, because we're moving into our new house in 2 weeks. So we need to prepare this and make sure everything is ready. See ya! Makes